Hey, I'm Cheri Hardman. I'm the host of Diary of an Ex-Ho, and I'm doing a naked reaction to episode 9, the episode with Simon Kaufman. This is a really interesting episode because I sprung something on him and he handled it really well. So thought I'd get naked and react to it. Welcome to Diary of an Ex-Ho. I'm Cheri Hardman. I'm your ex-ho, and today's guest is Simon Kaufman. So sit back, enjoy the podcast, and remember the old saying, always a bridesmaid when you're a hoe. Simon, how are you today?
I'm doing great. Thanks for having me on.
Good, I'm excited to have you. I've been wanting to talk to you a little bit more. Like, we just worked together. I think we worked together at like a couple maybe open mics before, but just recently finally had you on my show. So
Yeah, that was a lot of fun.
yeah, excited to get to know you a little bit better. And what better way to get to know someone than to talk about sex, right?
Right? Well, some people are more into physical touch and that's how they connect, and some people aren't.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's
Yeah.
really what it comes down to. Yeah, sometimes you give someone a hug or you shake their hand and it kind of feels like lifeless. And then you give someone a hug or shake their hand and you can feel like, oh, okay, there's a little more
Energy.
vibrancy.
Yeah.
Yeah, those. So some people, I don't know, different people have different connections to others, I think.
Yeah,
But
that's true. That's
yeah,
okay. So people take this differently, so I'm just going to ask it and let you take it how you want to take it. But do you remember like your first sexual awakening, like when you first realized, wait a minute, there's something going on that I previously didn't realize was going on?
I don't remember a period where I wasn't into girls, on like little girl crushes even. I remember at summer camp, like having this huge crush on like one of the counselors and like as a little kid. And I remember like just playing like childish games, like house as a kid, where I'm the father and you're the mother, like I never had the girl cooties ick
Uh-huh.
period that I can remember. And
Simon is always surrounded by women, so I find this to be very believable.
I also kind of started like I think my first kiss, not French kiss, but like the first time I kissed a girl on the lips was in the 3rd grade in 2 minutes in the closet with like a 5th grader. So like we were starting young, man. My generation was different. And yeah. And then like by the time 7th grade, 8th grade came, yeah, we were like making out with our girlfriends and doing all sorts of stuff. I don't know how much you want me to speak.
Hey, you can speak as freely as you want.
Okay, dude, in the Seattle Hebrew Academy, okay, in Seattle, this Hebrew school. So it's an old building. It was built in like 1896.
Wait, I know that is like a generic term, but I do think Simon thinks of me as a dude.
It used to be a convent, and now it's a Hebrew school. And there was this room that we called the dungeon. Okay. And it was like kind of like below the lunchroom a little bit. And nobody ever went into the dungeon. But in about 7th, 8th grade, we learned that we could take our girlfriends into the dungeon during recess and make out with them and no one will notice. So that was like a big awakening. You're asking about awakening. Taking your girlfriend down to the dungeon for 30 minutes of recess. Just, like simple stuff. You're in the 7th, 8th grade. You're making out. You're grabbing her butt. Like everything's amazing. Like, you touch her hair. You're like, oh, that's amazing. You're so new to everything, But yeah, I guess not a BDSM dungeon. It was just a Jew dungeon where they stored furniture and old shit and had couches.
Was it easy to get girls to go down there, though? I mean, wasn't it scary? Weren't they like, I don't want to go, I'm scared?
No, man. We had some bad chicks, girls, they would be bringing us down there. Like girls are sometimes, I think a 7th grade girl is more advanced than a 7th grade boy with that kind of stuff,
Right. Did you have any celebrity crushes when you were younger?
No,
Really?
I still don't. Okay, not really younger, but Amy Winehouse, she's amazing. Just she's a
Okay.
Jewish girl with soul and tattoos. It's a fucking train wreck. That's kind of my type, you know. Um, I like Liv Tyler from Lord of the Rings. She
Okay.
was hot, that girl in that movie, I guess. I don't know. But I don't really have celebrity crushes really. Dude, I got invited to a party at that one festival in Utah every year, that film festival that Robert Redford runs, Sundance. I got
Right.
invited out there to go party for the week, but I just didn't have a ton of money. It was a lot of money, and my friends were going. And apparently, Liv Tyler was at the party, and I missed my chance
Oh,
for her to realize it was true love between us. But other than that, I know that bummed me out.
well, you never know. I mean, it could happen again. Lightning
Also,
does strike twice sometimes.
yeah, when I was going out for the Millionaire Matchmaker and I'm sitting in the audition and they're kind of, the casting directors asking me questions and they were like, what kind of women are you into? And my response is, oh, I really like elf princesses, like from Lord of the Rings. And they just cracked up. They laughed. And I think that might have been like one of the things that got me on the show. They're like, yeah, I'm into elf
Thank you
princesses.
for reminding me about that because I've been wanting to talk to you about that. Like, I was a big Millionaire Matchmaker fan. Of course, I have a really bad memory, so I don't remember you, but tell me a little bit about what that was like.
Well, I was on season 4, episode 1 when they went to New York. And
Okay.
it was just an audition. They just posted it. I was going on auditions in New York, and it was an audition, and I was funny. And I haven't been on a lot of auditions in my life, but I'm actually pretty good at them because I just kind of like, I don't know. I go in like not giving that much of a fuck, assuming I probably won't get it anyways, and just being loose and having fun. And it ended up like actually tends to work in a sense. I've gotten a lot of callbacks, but I don't have any real acting training.
Right.
I come from an acting family. Like, my grandfather and my dad and all them, great grandfather were all actors. But yeah, it's all fun.
So you got to meet Patty Stanger.
Yep. Yeah, she's a
Oh,
powerhouse.
oh, is she like she appears on TV? Like,
She's a force. Yeah, she's a presence when she walks in the room. I mean, it could just be the fact that you're on her show and she's walking in with people trailing her, and but yeah, she's a boisterous, energetic powerhouse kind of, she presented herself. She liked me too. I was flirting with her too, man. She liked me because I'm just like that, like I'll just do the thing you're not supposed to do, and so like I was kind of flirting with her a little bit. And yeah, there was actually one point where we were supposed to demonstrate.
now I gotta say, and pardon me, because I shouldn't say this about someone on my own show. He's kind of coming across as a douchebag right here, I think. But when I'm around him in his presence and everything, I don't think of him that way. So I'd be curious your comments. What do you think about Simon? How is he coming across? God, I gotta be careful. I end up showing my boobs. I find Simon very likable in person, and I'm not saying he's not likable here, but he's sounding a little like braggadocious. But maybe he's just being honest.
Giving a hug, and like I grabbed her like a little bit tighter, and she like smiled at me. It's like, okay. It was like kind of funny, but yeah, but she was a powerhouse. But here's the thing, like, so I'd never seen the show. I'm not watching dating reality shows. But
Right.
next thing you know, I get cast in it. So I'm like, all right, I go and I buy the whole first season to see what the fuck am I going on? What is this gonna be?
Mm-hmm.
So, and then I just realized, I was like, listen, it dawned on me. I was like, no matter what the fuck happens, they're gonna make her look good. So make her look good. And that was my whole strategy. Whenever I was with her, I made her look good. And then if you do that, then they'll make you look good. That was because they will fuck you up, dude. They will make you look. So you have to understand, like, it's like they're filming, the cameras are on us all the time, right? They're filming for like 2-3 days straight to whittle it down to like 10 minutes. So they can check this out. Like, think about it. They can take like an audio from something you said. So they have a camera over your head all the time, right? So one camera's over your head, shoulder, looking at her. And so they can take audio from yesterday and put it on a video of today and make it seem like I didn't say that. That's not what I said.
Yeah.
Did
Did they have one of those mixers? Were you in one of those mixers where there was a bunch of guys and girls and one of those? Yeah.
Yeah, I made it all the way to the second date. And then my other buddy, Keith, went on the first day. I went on a date with the heir to the Dannon yogurt fortune. But the thing about it is, I actually wasn't that into her. Like as a thing, like I know we're here for television. We're not here for true love necessarily, but he liked her. When she came in the room, he was like, "Oh wow, she's nice." I was like, I need some I don't know. I need some oomph in a girl. I need something, some hips or some butt or something. I can't just have, listen, I've dated all types, and it's so funny because oftentimes you'll have your type, but then some of the greatest women I've ever dated were the exact opposite of my type. It's it's just it's something in your own head,
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, she just had no booty, man. I was like, come on now.
Okay, well that brings me to something. That brings me to something I wanted to talk to you about. And
booty?
I know, well, we can talk about that, but
all right, go ahead.
I hate that I'm bringing this up to you on camera, but I'm going to, and if you don't like it, we will delete it. But I don't know if you even look at Facebook, but a couple weeks ago, I asked, who is the biggest fuckboy in the Seattle comedy scene? And I just said, just send me a message. It'll be, unanimous, anonymous. And the number one fuckboy did not want to be on this show. He said, "Oh, no way." He didn't want to be seen by that, but you were one of the honorable mentions.
That's nice. That's great. But I'm not the first place.
No.
I wasn't the first place fuckboy.
No. So I don't know if that's disappointing to you or if you're glad.
I need to step up I need to get better cologne. Well, what's a fuckboy? Can we just define that first?
That line where he says, "I need to get better cologne" is just, it's just perfect. It's funny. It's really great. I think about that line a lot.
Because I've heard that term a lot.
Right. So I looked it up because I've heard it a lot too. And basically it's two definitions in it. So it depends on what's about, like a guy that just fucks a lot of girls with no emotion, just randomly. And sometimes it's a guy that fucks a lot of girls and will do anything, be devious or lie or whatever to make it happen. So I don't know what definition they were going by. I didn't get into that. I just wanted names.
Well, I wouldn't say I really need to lie because I meet more women than I have time for. So a couple things. I am pretty sexually active and always have been. Women like me. I don't know. Can I say that? In a lot of times in my life, women will come. Most of them come and flirt with me, or they come and talk to me, or they drop the hints to me and stuff like that. I think I don't think I have any game. So, okay.
As for not having game, he's got game. His game is that he's funny and polite and well-mannered. He really is. That's what I've observed. I had him on a show. There was a bunch of women there to see him. We all went out to dinner, and he was very attentive to everyone. So I couldn't tell who he was interested in, if anyone. So
people come to me all the time because they'll see me with beautiful women all the time. I have lots of I'm not going to deny that part. I'm not going to deny that I have lots of women partners. Okay.
Right.
But people will come to me and they'll always be like, "Yo, dude, you got game, bro. What do you do? What do you say? What's your thing?" And that person is so far off. I can't even truly answer his question because he so doesn't understand. Like, the thing about it is, I'm shy as fuck. I have one of my biggest problems in dating at the top of the list is like asking for what I want or need. I'm so bad at that. Like, if I did a better job of like just like letting her know like what I actually need, I'd probably be in more relationships, you know? That's like really tough for me. Like, I take this approach like, oh, I'm supposed to be the guy. Like, I have this like story like I'm supposed to be the guy. I'm supposed to always have it together. I'm never show any, oh, don't worry, I got everything, you know? And like, so me going and actually like, I have a tough time stating my needs. I put myself in a lot of bad situations like that too, when it just by being like not knowing how to speak up, you know, in a sense. So I don't think I have a lot of game. I think what I do have is I have an ability to listen and tune in, and I have an ability to get her. Like, I think like that's my gift, is I have a good ability to feel people on their level in a sense. And I mean, a lot of the women I've been with, we're still friends. Like, it's very few women that I've slept with that I can't pick up the phone and call.
Right.
Now, in love and war and all the messiness of sex, there's obviously bad things happen. There's obviously misconceptions. Most of the women that get angry at me is not for things I do, it's for what I don't do. Like, they want more attention or they want more time. It's hard, man, especially doing comedy. You know, it's like, it's weird. It's like, you know, you got shows coming up. It's like, women are like, well, are you thinking of me? And like, no, I'm fucking nerve-wracked about this show coming up. And no, I'm not thinking of you. And so I didn't text you or back right away. And that's where like most of the problems come from. But I don't lie at all. Like, I'm too honest. Like, I let them know up front. Like, that's the important thing. Okay. That's the important thing too, is like communication. If you can have good communication and like just let them know like what you want or what this or that, you know, I don't know.
Well, let me ask you.
Well, can I say one more thing?
Okay, go ahead.
I think women use me a lot for just kind of fun and easygoing. It's like, I think a lot of women that I'm with that I, you know, like I may have a lot of partners, but I don't think women look at me and they're like, oh, I got to rope this one in and he'll be the father of my children. I think women tend to look at me more as the guy who's like really chill, not going to get weird, not going to blow up their phone, good listener, really well read in like lots of topics from like philosophy, psychology, you name it, like, so I can speak with them. And then just keep it cool. And so I think like, I don't know. I think that's where a lot of that comes from too. So anyways, I just said a lot. I just opened up a lot, but
yeah. So I got to say,
I wanted to give you an honest answer of where I felt I'm coming from. And I've made tons of mistakes. Listen, it's not like I haven't. I've been insensitive. I've trampled someone's emotions, not being stupid about it, but I've never gone out maliciously trying to hurt someone. But I do fuck up a lot.
Well, I've never heard anything like that, you know. Do you think that because it's just the word fuckboy, what if the word had been playboy, which I think is essentially the same thing? Would that feel less insulting?
I think the better word would be hedonist. Like, I'm a little hedonistic. I'm a little adventurous. I'm a little almost paganistic in some of the sex. It's like, listen, I grew up in a very religious Jewish environment where it's husband and wife. I have lots of friends that have never slept with anyone other than their wife, and vice versa. And it's that real man, wife holding each other up, the family unit. And I think that's the way to go. I think they're right. I think that's the best way to get a happy, sustainable future where people are caring for you. I think the family unit of husband and wife is the ideal. It's just not for me. I didn't fall down into that box, and I knew that about myself. I'm wild and adventurous. I have that. I'm like Aquarian. I'm very like all over the place. I like adventure. I go to Hawaii. I go to live in an ashram. I go to do ayahuasca in the forest. I can do all these crazy things, you know, and it just wasn't for me. So I think that more than Playboy, I mean, maybe in the past, but I think I'm just more of like a hedonist, open sex, positive, not getting weird about it. Yeah.
You sound like an adventurer, which I don't see anything wrong with that.
Yeah, like I've been invited to lots of parties that so I hang with a lot of people in the Tantra community and the safe sex positive community. Like I have like good friends that are like really big, like, you know, I have a really good friend of mine who is a like sex doctor, they call her, like, and she's down in Portland, and just really transformational work that she's doing by just kind of destigmatizing things that are stigmatized in the medical community. She's a really good friend of mine. So I got a lot of cool friends in the open ISTA community, which is the International School of Temple Arts and Tantra. And so, yeah, so I think I'm more like that. You know, I'm not at the bar trying to meet women, but if I am out, I do like flirting. I'm very flirtatious. If I meet pretty girls, like, yeah, I love flirting and having fun.
Well, you sound like a fun guy to me, actually.
Well, thank you.
So what's your definition of amazing sex?
Well, let's give it a spectrum. How about that?
Okay.
Yeah. I would say on the highest level, it's you're not thinking, like you're just really in tune, like a meditation, you know? That's what I really crave, but it's hard to find. Like someone where you really just like slow down and like light the candles and like really chill, because, you know, let me define what's not good sex. How about we start with that?
Okay.
You're in your head. Oh, I hope I stay hard. Oh, I hope he doesn't think I'm fat. Oh, like, I hope I come, or oh, I hope he does, you know, like that's not good sex. That's what you want to avoid. You want to try to get out of your head because it's a bodily thing, you know? I mean, I understand that like the sexual pleasure is happening in the brain, and that like one of my teachers, Charles Muir, always said that the number one sex organ is the brain. That was one of his famous quotes he'd always say. But yeah, it's a bodily experience. It's a sensation. I like to go slow. I like to see how slow I can go. But women like it fast, so you got to do what she wants. A lot of women like it hard and fast. But when you can go slow, like real slow, and feel every single thing, it gets way better. So I'd say slow, tuned in, right? Not in your head, no destination. You're not trying to like get one out real quick, or, you know, sometimes women like, it's like they got to get that orgasm, right? So they're, you know, like they're grinding their teeth and they're not breathing and they're doing the thing that they do to get their orgasm, when it's like, it'll come when it comes. Like, just be here. Just let go. Just relax. I'm here. You're here.
Sounds like he's describing me, but you can't just, some people can't just wait for it to come. We got to force it.
That I think is better, you know? Because then things start to flow, and it's not like this like race you're doing against yourself. Like, oh my God, you know what I mean?
Right.
So that's kind of, I think, good sex.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like that.
Thank you.
You want to tell me, do you have any like crazy sex stories or something that's really interesting or out of the box or an amazing
I got a ton, man. I got a story I want to turn into a bit, but I got to figure out how to do it. And it's about Dolphin Girl is her name.
Okay.
Okay. So when I was in my early 20s, I used to be big. Well, not just in my early 20s, but starting in like my early 20s, like 22, 23, would be out in the nightclub scene in Seattle back in the day, you know, like whether it's like hip hop or like EDM or like all the clubs, you know, that's where we always went on Fridays and Saturday and weeknights. So I'd be out in the clubs a lot. So you'd meet a lot of women, and I met this gal one time, and she was a cool chick, you know. we'd just go smoke weed together. Like I met her at the club. I'm like, hey, you want to go smoke? So we'd go out, sit in my car for a while, hang out, blah, blah. And then one day she's like, yo, take my number down. I'm like, okay, cool. She's like, let's go hang out. I'm like, great. So we talk a little bit and I'm going to pick her up. We're going to go on a date. She was a cute girl, man, tall, blonde. And she lives way the fuck south in like Auburn, something. I didn't know where. She's like, I live down in Auburn. Is that okay? I didn't know where the fuck it was. I'm from Seattle. I'm like, oh yeah, totally. I'll come get you. And I'm like, damn, I'm driving forever. Somewhere deep like that.
Right.
And so I go down and I pick her up and I'm going to take her up to Seattle. The problem is like the plan I had was up in Seattle. So I'm going to pick her up. We're going to drive up to Seattle for the day. I had a whole date planned, everything. On the way on I-5, she's like, hey, you know that sex shop off South Center Boulevard exit? There's that big sex shop. You can't miss it when you take the exit, right? And she's like, will you pull in here? I have a couple gift cards I have to spend. I'm like, okay. I'm like, well, we're going to lunch. You want to go to the sex shop? Like, okay, we could go to the sex shop and then we'll go to lunch, right? It was just like, so we pull in and what she started doing, she starts modeling lingerie and coming out and like, do you like this one? How's this make me look? And I'm like, fuck, man. And here's the thing, dude. Women know, like she knows I'm done at that point, right? Like she's like, I'm done. Like my ability to like make a smart choice is been so fucking thrown out the window. When you took me to, like, I haven't even fed you yet. Like we haven't even had any protein. We haven't had anything, you know? And you're showing me your ass. I remember there was like, anyways, I don't need to describe the underwear, but. So then you like this one? And how about this one? And she wants me to pick. I'm like, that one? That's nice, you know? I don't know you. Like, I just fucking met you. Like, it's a first date. Like, you know what I mean? Like, what the fuck? So then she buys her shit. We go to lunch and this and that. I took her to Indian food and we hung out and had fun and smoked. And then it's like getting darker later and we start fooling around and then we start having sex. And so we get in this position where like she's laying on her stomach, yeah, like this, and I'm laying kind of on top of her, yeah, and we're having sex, and I guess so I'm making loud groaning noises, I guess, which I feel is my right in sex to groan. Didn't right. I was just like, oh yeah, oh baby, oh, like whatever. I don't fucking know. I was groaning. What do you want from me? It's what you do. Okay, some people scream, some moan, some whatever. She turns around. And you know that moment sometimes when, this has happened to me twice in my life, where I'm literally having sex with a woman, and in the middle of the act, I realize, oh, this fucking chick is crazy. You didn't see it. It was like a weird bipolar that wasn't there. You didn't fucking notice it. And then all of a sudden, their eyes just, you're like, oh shit, what the fuck? You know what I mean? Like, you ever been at a bus stop talking to some guy and they're having a great conversation, and then next thing you know, he's like, yeah, I was in the Civil War, and you're like, okay, fucking A. Like, I thought we were having a conversation, and now I realize we're not, you know? So she turns around and snaps at me. She's like, shut up. Shut the fuck up. Be quiet. I'm like, what? She turns back around. She's like, I'm pretending I'm a dolphin. She thought that she was having a role play in her head that we're like dolphins, and dolphins don't moan. So I was ruining her fucking story. That's my story of Dolphin Girl. What?
You know how to make a dolphin noise?
Yeah, we accidentally put it in their butt. It's like, what?
No, I just don't know, you know.
No, I don't know. Yeah, I didn't know.
Right then.
Well, had she told me beforehand, hey, listen, I want to role play. I want you to be the dolphin. I'll be the other dolphin. Like, she never told me. I didn't know she was a dolphin having sex. I've never had sex with a dolphin before. And yeah, so she freaked me out. So I finished, and then I was like, all right, we'll go back to Auburn or something. Like, but it was scary though, man. It's kind of scary when you're with someone and they kind of get this, you know, lose it a little.
I get it. I've had my own share of just having sex with guys just to get them to leave. You know, like I realize we need you out of here. That's what I got to do.
Which is a shame. It's kind of unfortunate that women go through that, you know?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think back, like I think to myself sometimes, I was like, so, you know, nobody tells guys like what to do, you know, like you learn a little bit. That's like my whole bit. I learned about it from porno and rap music and Maxim magazine. I do a whole bit about it. Nobody really taught guys like how to, you know, especially if we didn't have a dad or didn't have an older brother, let's say, you know. And so guys just like, you know what guys do? This is what guys do. They do what worked once. You know, it's like when you're young and you're like in your 14, 15, you're trying to date, trying to learn how to talk to girls. And then the game changes. Now you're in college, you got to learn how to talk to college girls. Now you're in the nightclub, you got to learn how to talk to nightclub girls. You know what I mean?
Right.
So as you progress through this, it's like, it's so like men learn everything through trial and error. Like, well, I had a girlfriend that liked to get, you know, fingered like this once. So and she loved it. So I'm just going to do everything from now on. Like, this is my move now. You know, like,
yeah.
Versus like, I don't know. So, but when I got into Tantra and I started like hearing things more from a women's perspective, and also I think Me Too turned the story to more women's perspective, I thought to myself, I was like, fuck, you know, there were probably times where I was that guy and didn't realize it, where she's like, oh, I want him to get out of here. But, you know, but like, Dad, and you feel fucking horrible. You're like, oh, geez, was I that guy? Like, I cannot pinpoint a time, but I'm thinking to myself, well, was there, you know, a time where like I pushed it too hard, you know? I can't think of one, but still it gives you pause to think, you know, about like, okay, maybe I need to be more mindful of this. You know what I mean?
No, I know that I've had my, you know, I mean, I'm older than you, so I came up way back in the, and there were things that if I think about now, like as a woman, even that I should have never done, you know, but we did what we knew. We didn't know any better. When you know better, you do better.
Yeah. 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 I feel the same way about myself.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah, you're right.
What's your go-to porn category?
Oh man, I try to not watch porn, you know? I mean,
It's really not.
I do, but I try
good.
not to, because all the science is showing that like it leads to worse sex. Like all the studies, all the brain studies, like it's so crazy. And like every month they got a new category, you know what I mean? So the chemicals that it sends to your brain will stop you from getting guys in their 20s are not getting erections now in sex, like in their 20s and 30s, because they've kind of short-circuited. It's almost like, you know, you like short-circuited your pleasure centers when it comes to sexuality. That like now it's like, well, if I don't choke her and if I don't come on her face, I can't even get hard. It's like, dude, it's bad. It's not good, man. Porn is not good. And I don't mean to be a moral purist. I'm looking at it more scientifically, you know?
Right. Right.
But that being said, I really like lesbian massage.
There you go.
You know, when the two girls like massage each other?
Uh-huh.
I don't know. That's kind of
hot. Well, I do think there's something to that, because not the lesbian massage.
The lesbian massage. There might be something to that too. I mean, maybe, you know, maybe it's.
But that's, you know, I'm not a prude, but I don't like porn because there's so much, you know, take that, you slut kind of stuff, which is fine if you're into that. But I think it's made men think that all women like to be talked to like that and treated like that. And I think it makes a lot of men bad at sex, is what I think. So.
Yeah, totally.
All right. Well, he only called me dude twice. I was kind of waiting for number 3. And Simon's an interesting guy. Thanks for watching.